Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who news video. Yes, this is today's second video because I made the video I posted earlier yesterday and didn't expect there to be news. But yeah, big stuff, or possible big stuff. We don't actually know fully what's going on. But here is a post which was put over the official Doctor Who Twitter, the official Doctor Who Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. It simply says, tomorrow, Doomsday is coming. Okay, so what does that actually mean? Well, everyone on the internet had their initial reactions of, oh my god, this is going to be the biggest thing ever. There were theories flying around everywhere, and we're going to sort of, in this video, go through them and try and figure out, because I think we kind of know where this is all going now, but yeah, we'll go through what's the plan. Obviously, the first thoughts that come to mind when you see this post are Doomsday. Okay, Doomsday. What's the most famous correlation between Doctor Who and Doomsday? Well, at least from the revival, it's obviously the episode Doomsday, which is the goodbye episode to Rose Tyler. It's a very, very famous episode, people love it, and obviously you always associate Rose Tyler with like Bad Wolf and Doomsday and Bad Wolf Bay and all the sadness of the goodbye. She's trapped in a parallel universe. So a lot of people initially were going, does this have something to do with Rose Tyler? Which I still think there is a distinct possibility this has something to do with Rose. Doomsday is almost synonymous with that character, so maybe there's something to do with that. Also, if we think back to like the early 2000s, Russell T Davies was planning on making a Rose Tyler spin-off series called like Rose Tyler Defender of Earth or something like that, talking about how she does and what she does on that parallel Earth. Maybe it's some sort of adaptation kind of that, or it has something to do with Rose and parallel worlds all these years later. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you think having a Rose Tyler spin-off thing would be quite good, because for all we know, this is a spin-off. I mean, what's looking likely I'll talk about fully in a moment, but that this is some sort of big multimedia Doctor Who thing, which, yeah, we'll talk about in a bit. The next big reaction and obvious sort of, oh my god, thing is that the clock kind of stops at 11 o'clock. So people were going, whoa, it's going to be 11th Doctor, 11, because also this post was made at 11 o'clock, which, yeah, gives you a bunch of 11s. So people were going, this is going to be something to do with Matt Smith. I mean, if you also look at the design of the clock, it's kind of like diamondy. Like, it's got that same bluiness, but that could just be colour schemey, or it could be implying it's something to do with the 60th anniversary. Maybe Matt Smith was coming back for the 60th anniversary. I find that kind of unlikely, but that's not ruling out that Matt Smith's 11th Doctor has something to do with this. Also, just on a broader sense, is Matt Smith's 11th Doctor going to be in the 60th anniversary? I don't think so, unless it's a very small cameo. I think there's the distinct possibility we'll get a small, maybe similar to the way we got the Guardians of the Edge in Power of the Doctor for the classic series Doctors. Maybe we'll get a similar little thing for the New Who Doctors, or I don't know, it's all a mess. I'd like to see Matt Smith come back, but I just think it's unlikely. Also, Russell T Davies would surely have posted on his own official Instagram, because that's what he always does. He always does the emojis. This isn't the emoji marketing tactic for Doctor Who, so this is probably something different, and as I say, it's probably going to be that big multimedia spin-off. Now, Doomsday. Let's go back to that, Doomsday. What is the other most famous Doomsday from Doctor Who history? It's the episodes 4 to Doomsday from the classic series with Peter Davison and those weird green people on a spaceship, and you get the really cool CGI that's immaculate. It's looking likely to have something to do with that. Now, initially people were kicking off going, look, this Amazon listing, there's like a novel of 4 to Doomsday or something to do with 4 to Doomsday that you can sort of pre-order. Is it just going to be the announcement of that? Because that would be quite disappointing. I don't think it's just that. I think it ties into that, though. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I think it's going to be a very big multimedia spin-off, as that's what's kind of being reported in different places. We've also seen this listing, apparently, on the Big Finish website somewhere, which is another Four to Doomsday-esque thing. So yeah, we've got a novel spin-off of Four to Doomsday, we've got audiobooks as like Four to Doomsday. What is this all correlating to? You can presume there'll be comics or something on the way, and maybe there's the tiny possibility, but maybe we'll even get something live action. If you're enjoying the video, please consider hitting the subscribe button wherever it is. It's probably somewhere around there. Then, from Nerdgasm staff, this article here dropped. Exclusive, Big Finish involved in multi-licensee Doomsday project. Nerdgasm has exclusively learned following this morning's teaser announcement on the official Doctor Who social channels of a Doomsday coming tomorrow that the event involves multiple licensees and that Big Finish is involved. The teaser of Doomsday. This morning's 11 AM teaser featured a clock, with the time ultimately stopping at 4 minutes to midnight. So maybe it wasn't just like 11 o'clock, more 4 minutes to midnight o'clock. This is likely an allusion to the real-world Doomsday clock, amended by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, varying in minutes to midnight, blah 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 blah. Listings have begun to appear on site for Big Finish's own part on the Doomsday project, with a new range and page and bundles listing page have appeared today. We've been able to verify the nature of these pages with an individual aware of the project, who wishes to remain anonymous. So yeah, this is kind of leaking tomorrow's news. We don't really have a big understanding, other than so far Big Finish and a novel is involved. Our understanding is that Darren Jones has also contributed to Big Finish's section of the project in some capacity. The individual we spoke to could not clarify whether or not further licenses are involved in the Doomsday project. This is exciting stuff. I think this is definitely for like the 60th anniversary, a way of keeping people engaged throughout the year, because obviously it's a long time till we get the specials in November, and yeah, people want something to do for the 60th. I mean, for the 50th they did a lot of documentaries, they did a lot of little tidbits here and there. Every month you'd get something new. Maybe they're trying to do that. Obviously a 60th anniversary isn't as big as the 50th anniversary, but yeah, maybe they're trying to keep people engaged, give them something exciting, which reminds me very much of Time Lord Victorious, which came out in like 2020. You had loads of multimedia stuff there. You had comics, audio dramas. You even had little Eagle Moss, like Doctor Who statuette figures to go alongside it. You had everything, and that was helmed by David Tennant, and it was, yeah, sort of a spin-off multimedia thing, which this seems to be very reminiscent of. Now, all this talk of Matt Smith possibly having something to do with it, if it's another multimedia spin-off, it does beg the question of, is it going to be followed by David Tennant again? Like, is it going to be led by David Tennant as the 14th Doctor? I mean, it would give us more 14th Doctor content before the 60th, but do we want to meet the 14th Doctor before the 60th? I mean, we've probably kind of met him already because he's got the same face and personality as the 10th Doctor, so the thinking behind that is just give us as much content with the current Doctor as possible. It's unlikely to be 15 because, well, Shooty Gat was like way off in the future, so I think if it's not David Tennant, because they might not want to overload everything with David Tennant. That sounds ridiculous because David Tennant's everywhere at the moment, but yeah, there is a distinct possibility. Maybe it's going to be multi-Doctor. Maybe we will see Matt Smith in some capacity in this thing, whether it be an animated show, whatever. Maybe it's a direct sort of part 2 to Time Lord Victorious. I really don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below though, and let me know if you're excited for whatever this news tomorrow will bring. Please do also make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on any future videos on this channel. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.